All right. All right. Now it's part two. I literally waited for like a minute and then I started the video again. The reason why I keep these videos to, certain minutes is because when I upload them, I don't want them to be 20 minutes. Then it takes literally like 5 hours to fucking upload on my phone, which is retarded. I don't know why fucking YouTube doesn't upload shit faster, but we're right here. Right motherfucking here. All right. So let's get into it. Well, back into it. Let's see. Ghost Dog. This is more or less just a Wu-Tang album. It's great. Got no complaints about that one. In fact, I'm not even putting this with the soundtracks. I'm putting this with the Wu-Tang pile. My little Wu-Tang section that I got right about there. So, yeah, this is actually pretty fun. I did this one was another one in the pile, but actually this was one of the records that I bought when I got that pile, and it's really good. I've really been looking for that song with RZA and Doom, and for some reason I thought it was in this, and it's not. But I think it was called like Way of the Samurai, something like that. But this is really the main reason why I bought it. But it turned out to be really good, and a lot of Wu-Tang shit, like I said. So hanging on to that one. Oh, Dana Dane. This was like early 90s Dana Dane, or 89. I'm not sure, but not his best shit. Decent, but not his best shit. This I got in San Diego down at a Soul Shack when I hung out with DJ Psycho. I don't know why this is here. Let me get rid of that. This I listened to earlier today, and this is just nostalgia. All nostalgia. Baker Boys. If you grew up in SoCal, in the either LA, Inland Empire area like I did, you heard of the Baker Boys because they were on Power 106 and they had a show and they were all over the motherfucker. This is really cool listening to it because it's like listening to the same radio show that I used to listen to way back in the fucking 90s. So this was pure nostalgia. They're all over it. They do a roll call where you get a bunch of rappers to freestyle over fucking like Grandmaster Flash beats and shit, which is dope. Is it Al Scratch or just Scratch? I don't know. This was tough to get through. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's like a mixtape with no names on it. I couldn't recognize anybody that was on it when I was listening to it, and I didn't even make it through. I don't know what to fucking do with this one. I see a lot of people posting it, but I don't know. It just didn't do it for me. So that one is probably going to get sold at some point. This was cool to find, but there's really nothing on it that's special aside from was it that Essence? That right there with Nas? That track is dope, but other than that, like nothing. I guess these are just cuts from Asiatic, which I already had. So that was in the pile, right? Here's another one that was in the pile. This was actually really cool. I never heard this before. Masters of Ceremony. So this actually is Grand Puba before he was in motherfucking Brand Nubian. So yeah, I was like, what? Grand Puba Maxwell. So yeah, this one's actually really good, and this one I'm fucking surprised that I really enjoyed it because you get a bunch of free records. You don't always always know what you're gonna get, right? So this right now is sitting on my turntable right there because I'm gonna listen to it. I have not listened to it. This is actually next, so I can't really speak on it. All right, let's keep it going. E40 Federal. This is very early E40. I think E40's first album was called The Mailman. If I'm not wrong, I don't know if it's this one or Mailman. I could be wrong either way. This one I got it on Tuesday when I went out to San Diego, and it just caught my eye. I'm like, wow, I've never seen this one live, so decided to grab it and might listen to it tonight. Might not listen to it tonight. Might listen to it tomorrow night, because tomorrow night I'm also going to be bumping records. And if I don't do it tomorrow night, it will be on Sunday. You best believe, because I only have a couple more days left before I get out of here. All right. Eminem. What's this called? The King is Back. So this is just like a EP kind of thing. And there's a very specific track that I had to buy it for. Right there. Nail in the Coffin. That is one of the hardest diss tracks of all time. I am not kidding you. He fucking undresses Benzino and leaves him out in his fucking bra and panties, okay? So fucking Eminem, if you remember Eminem, I keep saying this, if you remember this, if you remember that. I say that a lot in my videos. I noticed that because I was going back and watching them, but if you remember, Eminem had a little beef with Benzino where he pretty much dismantled the motherfucker. And Nail in the Coffin was really just the nail in the coffin for Benzino. So if you see this anywhere, go get it. This one, just for that one track. The rest of it is just shit from the mixtapes from back in the days, from the early 2000s. Speaking of Eminem beefs, Ja Rule, Pain is Love. So yeah, you could say Ja Rule is a corny dude, and he's a wannabe Tupac, and he's a wannabe this. This album is actually pretty decent. Pretty fucking decent. It's got a lot of bangers on it. A lot of old radio hits. Like, I wanna be without you. And then Down Ass Bitch and all that other shit. Like, all those really popular Ja Rule songs are on this album. Except for Holla. I think Holla Holla was his best radio hit. But that was his first one. So this one really is, it's an underappreciated gem. But at the end of the day, Ja Rule is kind of corny. Yeah, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Ja Rule, I got that. I never seen it in person, so anyway, I'm just gonna keep my life going here. Enough about Ja Rule. Soul in the Hole. This was a soundtrack that was recommended by the boy Funky Cold Madillon a long time ago, and I finally got it. So basically Loud Records, like a Loud Records compilation. I mean, of course, it's a movie called Soul in the Hole, but it's a Loud Records soundtrack, and it's all just Loud Records artists. Big Pun, Exhibit, fucking, I think the Alcoholics are on it, Mobb Deep, like everybody that was on fucking Loud Records back in the days is on this, which is dope because Loud Records is it's like the most. They were like another Def Jam. It's just that they didn't get the recognition for some reason, but they had Wu-Tang, fucking Big Pun, 3 6 Mafia, Exhibit, like there was so Mobb Deep, like there was so many humongous acts on it. Like I would say Loud Records easily fucks with Def Jam in the 90s and in the early 2000s. Like easily fucks with them. Let's see, Tony Touch. This was one that I had way back in the days. I had this on CD. This actually was heavily advertised on The Source way back in the 90s. I want to say like 98, 99, maybe 2000. And this was one that I actually bought way back then on CD. And I really enjoyed it. And I didn't even know that it had a vinyl pressing until I saw it on the Hip Hop Vinyl Spinner. So decided to get it first chance I got. And yeah, Tony Touch, the Peacemaker. Old Puerto Rican dude. Tony Toca. All that shit. It's fucking dope. That's a good one. That's a good ass compilation. Speaking of compilations, Duck Down. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this is the best of the Duck Down compilations. They had a lot. You've seen them on my videos, so I keep buying them because I like Duck Down. They're the shit. Duck Down, fucking Boot Camp Click, all those motherfuckers, they are dope as fuck. And this one features a lot of Helter Skelter, with Rockness. So this one I highly recommend. I would say that this is the best Duck Down soundtrack, or not soundtrack, compilation. Yeah. So go out and get this one. This one I highly recommend. Lots of bangers on that one. That's a great one. So as you can see, things are heating up here, right? South Central Cartel and Gats We Trust. South Central Cartel, if you did not grow up in LA, or not LA, but if you didn't grow up in SoCal, you probably never really listen to them. They're very old school gangster rap shit. Early 90s, like Chronic era gangster rap that was not Death Row. And it sounded like, you don't understand, when Dr. Dre came out with the Chronic, everything else that was gangster rap sounded very different, even though it was still G-Funk. Like, I would still put them under G-Funk, but they are not your typical, I don't even know what the fuck, like their samples are different, but it's still kind of G-Funky. And on top of that, the last track on this Gangsta Team is featuring Tupac. like the Strictly album era Tupac. So that's the main reason why I got this, but it's still a pretty damn good album. So go out, if you see this, I'd say grab it if you like West Coast shit. Speaking of West Coast, Mac 10, The Recipe, definitely not his best album, but it's got some good joints. Shit, the one with Big Pun and Fat Joe was probably my favorite one. I don't know if this one was on the last video, so I'm not gonna go too much on it. I'm not gonna speak too much about it, but yeah, it's okay. It's not his best one. I'd say his best album is Based on a True Story, and if I did review that before, I know I said that. All right, let's keep it going. High School High. It was a goofy ass movie in the 90s, but it was one of those movies that was just kind of made for the soundtrack. And here's the soundtrack. Nothing special. Literally nothing special on this. Okay, let me get a sip of my beer because my throat's starting to itch a little bit. Coors Light does the body good. And nope, let me put it right back. All right, let's keep going. Took a little breather. You God from Wu-Tang. So this is his first album. This one I got from the homie Enrique Victorero out in Florida. So this is the one album that when I got it, I opened it up, I threw it on the turntables, and then I realized it's 2 copies of disc 1. I hit him up right away. I'm like, hey bro, did you know this? And he said, oh man, I never checked it. So the reason why I got that stack of records was because of this one. So it's not the complete album. It's just disc 1, 2 copies of disc 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a bad copy, one that's, VG on the vinyl and G Fair, whatever the fuck on the sleeve, and get it as soon as I get a chance so that I can have a full-fledged fucking You God debut album. Other than that, everything on this is good. It's good to decent. So, oh shit, this one just ended, so let me flip it over because we're almost done here. I might go into part 3 because I need to go into some shit that's happened recently. I keep talking about it. I can't forget it. I can't leave this out of the video. So, let's see. Juicy J, the Juice Man from 3 6 Mafia. I love 3 6 Mafia, and this is very, very good. Great listen. This is copy 268 of 300. So I don't know if this was only pressed by Get On Down or whatever, but as soon as I saw that it was getting a pressing, I pre-ordered it, and I said I have to have it. Because Juicy J is one of my dogs, man. It's one of my dogs. This is good. All around good. Everything on this is good. It is a must-have. Yeah. It's got a song that samples fucking Linkin Park. It's fucking amazing. So let's see. I'm gonna skip this one. You can't really tell what it is, so I'm just gonna skip it. I'm gonna go into the one that's... Oh, shit. Let's see. That's 2 records right there. So this is what's playing right now. Sadat X. Motherfucking Wild Cowboys. This is amazing. Amazing. I love Sadat X. I'm not a big Brand Nubian fan. And the reason for that is fucking Lord Jamar. I don't know, Lord Jamar just bothers me. Everything about him just fucking bothers me. So I really like Grand Puba. I got that other record that I really liked, and he's on it. I really like Sadat X, and this album right here is amazing. You gotta get this one. This one is super dope. It's what's playing right now. So listen to that. That's banging right there. Yeah. This is a very satisfying record. Highly, 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 highly recommend. I listened to it like 3 times in a row just tonight because I just can't put it down. It's so good. And I'm actually probably going to listen to it again, but I need to listen to that other Sadat X record, the one that's already on the turntable. But anyways, let's see. All right. So this one, I'm going to leave this one for last because this is very special. And this one is equally as special. It's fucking Bone Thugs, the fucking Vinyl Me Please pressing. Have you seen this shit? Oh my god. Oh my lord, this is in a. Oh my god, the focus is starting to betray me now. Oh, let's focus. Come on, camera. All right, so East 1999. This is a childhood classic of mine. This is one of those albums that defines my childhood era. And we're talking like mid 90s. This is from 95. I have two or three pressings of this already. But when Vinyl Me Please said they were going to put it out too, I'm like, bro, no brainer. I have to have it. And it's an amazing pressing. Everything. It's the best pressing of this album that you could possibly get. The bootleg is really good. One of the bootlegs that I have is really good. Man, this focus is just fucking me up. I don't even know if the rest of the video is this badly unfocused, but anyways, you can tell what this is, right? Fucking. Oh, by the way, right now Crazy Bone is going through some crazy shit. He's some health issues. I guess he's got some lung problems or whatever. I hope he makes it through. The man is very talented, but this right here, this is a magnum opus from Bone Thugs that everybody should have. If you collect vinyl, you need to have this. And with that being said, I'm going to put this right here. And I'm going to have to stop. And we're going to go into part 3. This last one, I'm going to talk about it. And then I'm going to go into the other shit I want to talk about. Because it's super important. So part 3 is coming up right now.